The Christian faith has faced many competitors and hostile forces over the centuries. In the Western world at the current time, our chief enemy is what is known as the progressive left. Make no mistake, they have gone crazy when it comes to the issue of transgenderism. Charles Cook, writing in National Review, says this, quote, "For reasons that remain alien to me, almost the entirety of the American press, as well as much of academia and the entertainment industry, has spent the last 5 years assiduously adopting an exceptionally weird race and gender ideology that pretty much everyone outside those institutions absolutely loathes." End quote. Cook calls this the creation of a suicide machine for a culture. Instead of mother, we get birthing people, and chest feeding instead of breastfeeding. A nominee for the United States Supreme Court was asked what a woman is and couldn't answer or didn't dare. Schools now instruct little children on gender dysphoria and promote the transgendered life as a legitimate alternative lifestyle. When Florida forbade this teaching for kids 8 and under, it was attacked ferociously by the left-wing establishment. We now have biological males competing in women's sports, and the left condones and even encourages this. If very many men decided to transition and compete with women, many feminists have correctly concluded that this will be the death of women's sports. This has caused the rise of women who call themselves TERFs, trans-exclusive radical feminists. They are fighting the destruction of womanhood, which is being done in the name of transgender rights. Several states have passed laws forbidding children from deciding on radical gender-changing medications and surgeries, but they are viciously attacked by the left. Canada has criminalized discouraging a teenager's gender transition. So-called gender-affirming hysterectomies are being performed on minors. California just passed a law declaring itself a sanctuary for children who want to come and receive gender transition drugs or surgery without parental consent. The Department of Education of the federal government has included transgendered people under Title IX. Opposition to transgenderism has been criminalized by our highest governing body. The number of people who even identify as transgendered is small, so the left is not seeking political advantage like they are with other minority groups. So why on earth have they made this a hill to die on? Let me ask you this. Why did ancient Canaanites cast their children into a burning furnace? Why did the Aztecs believe that cutting the hearts out of captured victims would cause the sun to rise? Why did Hinduism require a widow to cast herself on her late husband's burning funeral pyre? When I make a video criticizing atheism, I get lots of comments from atheists condemning various religious practices through the centuries. And it is one place where I agree with the atheists. Crazy things are done in the name of religion. And it is the best explanation for why the progressive left has lost its mind over transgenderism. The reason is religious. The progressive left is best understood as a religion. Transgenderism is the latest religious cause of the left. They pursue it for 3 reasons. First, it is a cause that gives meaning to life. Leftists derive the purpose for their existence from fighting for those they see as oppressed. They have to have an oppressed group. Only recently, transgenderism has arisen to serve that purpose. Second, it allows one to show his moral superiority. In a works religion, it is essential to show that your good works exceed those of others. Put simply, you have to show you are better than other people. And that is exactly what the left feels this issue does. It gives them a sense of superiority over all those anti-trans bigots out there. They alone are defending the oppressed. Third, it is the latest cause emerging from their Marxist worldview. Marx held that all of history is conflict. For him, it was between classes. History was the story of one class oppressing another. So the neo-Marxists first took up the legitimate cause of civil rights, then women's rights, It was not at all unusual for an academic to call herself a Marxist feminist. When these causes were settled, we then had gay rights, another allegedly oppressed group that needed their help. But the gay rights cause has been won. What is still needed is a cause to give life meaning and to prove Marx's view of history. So now it is on to trans rights. But trans rights have proved problematic in that they tend to contradict women's rights and conflict with gay rights. No matter. So what if your various strongly held religious beliefs contradict each other? They can still accomplish their religious purpose by giving meaning to life and showing that someone is a superior person. All this flies in the face of Christian theology. In a marvelous essay, Michael Brendan Doherty says, quote, "If God made these children in His image, if our procreative power is a share in God's gift of creation, then transgenderism as it would be practiced in gender-affirmative hysterectomies is a form of sacrilege. It is a vandal's barbaric attempt to destroy an icon bearing God's image. It is not motivated by anything affirming at all, but hateful." End quote. The solution to all this is straightforward. It is the gospel of Jesus Christ and the truth of the Bible. When people turn to the Lord, they find the true meaning for their lives and the reason God created them in the first place. We invite the left and the transgendered to the cross of Jesus Christ. Christians need to be aggressive in proclaiming the gospel and Christian truth. It is the one religious system that gives life purpose and meaning without denying reality.